Alright, today we're making a video about functions and graphing. And let's see, what are we talking about? Okay, so we have functions, and basically what a function is it's a machine. Alright, so I'm going to draw a little machine at our factory here. And let's say that this is the 2x machine, right? So here's our conveyor belt in, and here's our conveyor belt out, right? And in comes, let's say, 4. Out goes 8. And then here, in comes -1, and out goes -2. And then in comes 3, out goes 6. You get the idea, right? A number goes x, comes into the machine, and out spits f of x. Just like that, right? X goes in, and f of x comes out. Okay, then we can also do things like drawing pictures of what this machine does, right? So this one right here where it multiplies by 2, it's going to look something like this, where this line, the f of x line, is 2 times as big as the x line. So the y, right, is twice as big as the x. Let's go ahead and save, and we'll move on to the next page. We'll do a quick one right here. 3n minus 14. This could be a tough one to fit on the page, but that's okay. So what I like to do right here is I draw my xy chart, and I do it this way. I do x, and then I do a line, and then I do a line on the other side, and I do a y. And then in the middle I put my, and you know what, this one should really be an n, not an x. 3n minus 14. Then I just pick 3 or 4 or 5 easy numbers, right? I always pick 0. And I like to pick 1. And I like to pick -1 sometimes. That's good. And we'll throw 2 in there. Okay, so here we have 3 times 0 minus 14. That equals -14. Sorry, I'm going off the screen a little. -1, 4. That looks like positive. -14. Okay, then 3n. That's 3 times 1 minus 14. 9 minus 14, that is -5. Alright, and then -1, okay, 3 times -1 minus 14, that's 9. -9 minus 14, we're getting more negative. That's -23. So far, everything's negative. And then 2, we'll throw this one in here. 3 times 2 minus 14. That is 6 minus 14, -8. Okay, so everything's going to be in the negative side. So now let's see. We got 0, -14. So there's 0 on the x-axis, or the n-axis, and -14. I'm going to go ahead and put a dot right there. And then -1, -23 is not even going to fit on my page. 1, -5 will, though. 1, -5. Oh, sorry. Yes, 1, -5. That will go right there. And then 2, -8. This is making me think I made a little mess up here. 3. Oh, this should be -11. Wow. Okay. Let's just get our. Let's go back. Let's grab our eraser real quick. I made an error. What are you gonna do? Let's see. This should be 3, that should be -11. Okay, got that resolved. So this is right here. 1, -11. Put a dot right there. And then we got 2, -8. 1, 2, -8. Okay, and then we can just estimate this dot would be somewhere right around down there. Okay, now we would normally take a ruler to draw it or try to estimate the curve. I'm on the tablet here, so I'm just going to kind of go like that. 3n minus 14. There we go. Let's look at the next page. Here we go. Now we have a fraction right here. Let's take a look at this one. We have -1/2 z plus 2. So I'm going to put z, and then I'm going to put -1/2 z plus 2. And then I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put, what else? Let's see, this needs to be f of z or x, and you could also put the y value there, right? So this is the function output Also, we're going to graph it on the y. So I'm going to use either one, z. Let me do that for my z so we can really tell the difference. Okay, now once again, I'm going to pick easy values. I'm going to do 0, 1, 2. Let's do -1. And we could throw, you know what? It's actually going to be easier to work with positive numbers. So let's go back one and let's use 4. All right, so 0. -1/2. Oh, well, that's not going to fit on a thing. Wow, I'm striking out today. Let's use -2. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so 0, -1/2 of 0 plus 2. That gives us 2. -1/2 of 1 plus 2. That gives us -1/2 plus 2. That gives us 1 and 1/2. So I'm just plugging in each number. -1/2 times 2 plus 2. That gives me 1. And then -2 times, okay, wow. This is going to give me -1/2 times -2 plus 2. What will this be? This will be a +1 plus 2. That's going to give me 3. So once again, probably not going to fit on our graph. That's okay. Okay, so we have 0, 2. So we'll put 0, 2 on our paper right there. Okay, and then we'll put 1, 1.5 on our paper right there. And then we'll put 2, 1 on our paper right there. And then -2, -3 we'll put somewhere up here off the page where we can't see it, and we'll draw our line going down like that. So that's a picture of the function. We'll go ahead and save it. All right, onward and forward. I'm going to skip this page, let you guys work on that. Should be pretty easy to do with these skills. Now we have these two right here, x squared and square root of x. So I'll do the harder one, as I've been known to do, be kind of a soft, you know, be too soft really. X, root x, and, oh, is this working? Yeah, there we go. And y. Okay, could also use f of x right there. Now I'm going to choose my x values wisely because I know I have to take a square root. Remember, I could choose any values I want. I'm just trying to figure some things out so I could plug them in. So I'm going to choose 0, of course. I'm going to choose 1, of course. Almost always do that. Now I'm going to choose perfect squares. I'm going to choose 4. I'm going to choose, let's do -4. Why not? And let's do 9. And why not? This is probably the last one. So let's live a little, and we'll throw in, you know what, let's not live a little anymore. That's plenty of living. Okay, so square root of 0 equals 0. Square root of 1 equals 1. Square root of 4, now we're getting somewhere interesting, that equals 2. Square root of -4 equals undefined. World blows up or something. So let's just put that right there to indicate the empty set. There's no such number that exists, right? Can't take the square root of a negative. And then square root of 9, that equals 3. Okay, now let's graph this thing. 0, 0. Remember, we do x, y. So 0, 0, that's going to go right there. And then 1, 1, that's going to go right there. 4, 2, right there. -4, empty set. Can't graph that one because it doesn't actually exist. And then 9, 3, that's going to go right there. This is our first one that's not a line. It's actually a curve, and it looks something like that, right? It's kind of curves up there like that. Go ahead and save it. All right. These last two are word problems. Let's see. Maybe I'll just write the equation for one of these, and then I'll let you write the equation for the other one. Let's write the equation for this one. How many points can you score in a video game if you get 10 to start with and earn 3 for every minute you play? This is an easy video game. You just get points for free. We'll do this. We'll say f of p. I'm going to use p for points equals, and you start with 10, so we'll say 10 plus 3 times p, and you know what? Maybe this should actually be m for minute. But whatever. You get 3 times p. P is the number of minutes you play, right? And you start with 10. Again, on this one, don't think it makes sense to have anything negative because, can't go negative, right? You can't have a negative amount of time. Anyways, that seems like a good place to stop. Good luck on your work.